Good morning, I'm Max Plank, and this is my Glimpses of Grace story. It's happened one hot summer day in Harper, the jewel of south central Kansas. I was 18 years old. I was working at the Conoco station, run by these two brothers, and I was the third guy, so I had to do most of the work nobody else wanted to do. And in one day, one hot summer day, I performed the trifecta of stupidity. So first of all, I, in fooling around driving a car into the lube rack, I almost took off the legs of one of the owners when my foot slipped off the brake. My wet foot slipped off the brake and hit the concrete ledge there and just put a little scratch in Mrs. Yoder's brand new Ford Crown Victoria. Secondly, in the same Crown Victoria, I didn't quite get the oil canister on tight enough with the gasket. I did check it, but I didn't really see it. She drove it to a nearby town and shelled out the motor. And third, my bosses let me take the tow truck home that night for some reason that I don't understand. I hardly ever did that. And I, being 18 years old, took the tow truck out on a drive around town with some of my friends, two of my friends, and one of them accidentally engaged the winch that would bring a car up lift a car up, and we were driving around town, and wham! The winch broke off the gin poles, and the latch on the winch put a big dent in the back of the cab of the old Chevy truck. Probably would have killed my friend if it had come through the window, but it didn't. So the next morning, pretty sure that after that day, I was going to be fired, or at least have to pay for the gin poles that were broken, or Mrs. Yoder's motor. I drove the truck up and parked it by the road, by the street. Now, keep in mind that this is a story about Kansas, and this is a story about men. So I walk up, the Lechner brothers are there, and they say, well, what happened to the gin poles? So I tell them, I was driving around town, my friend accidentally engaged it, da-da-da-da-da. I was sure that I was going to get fired. But for whatever reason, whether it was forgiveness, which I think it was, although nothing was ever said, because this is men after all, life went on. I didn't have to pay for anything. I worked the rest of the summer. They hired me back another summer. And I've never forgotten that my stupidity resulted in my bosses saying, if not saying, acting out forgiveness for an 18-year-old kid who didn't know any better.